Hi guys, what's up? It's me, your girl. We are doing, well, this is our second take on the live of the health and beauty series with me and Prince. So I had a really nice introduction that completely went down the drain, but that's okay. We will start over again, and it's nothing but a thing. We are going to do this. This will happen. This will happen. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for coming back, everyone. We are in the middle of Princess wow, I can't speak English right now, introduction. And I don't know what's been going on. I think Instagram is being a hater. I think Instagram or the Wi-Fi are not letting us collaborate, but I definitely cannot wait for you guys to really get the knowledge that you'll need from all these amazing products that I was vouching for in the beginning. So I will let him get on, and then I will actually redo my little spiel that I did the first time. So I'm waiting for him to get on now. I'm hoping that this works, because why are you guys seeing my, there you go. Not sure how. Can you see me? I don't know what's going on with Instagram right now. I don't know what's going on. It's really annoying. Okay. Maybe it'll let me request him. I think it says connecting. There we go.
There we
We're
go.
back. We're back. But like I said, we're going to pick up back where we left off. So you were saying, we're just going to go ahead and just jump back into it. But I just want to let everybody know that we were in the middle of Princess introduction. And I don't know if the connection, the vibes, I don't know if the moon's still full outside. I don't know what's going on. But we had a little bit of technical difficulties. But he was just explaining how he came about to the industry and how his passion for health and wellness came about.
Right. So I was mentioning how I had a big interest in how body work was influencing the body reflexively. Touching the body in one place would stimulate other types of activities other places. And it only like further helped to inspire my interest in how herbs affect the body as well, from a dietary perspective. So, of course, naturally that leads those who are herb specialists or herb interested into how foods also do the same thing, because essentially herbs are nothing more than foods, but we're consuming them more so for medicinal and therapeutic purposes. And so they, in some ways, they take on a different quality, a different characteristic. What was just once a snack is now like what's keeping our blood pressure down, or keeping antioxidants low, or helping our bodies to fight foreign invaders or things that we might be contributing to in our own lifestyles. So, I know that you got quite a few questions and you like to keep it on a high note. So, like, let's go ahead and jump into this while technology is working with us, right?
Right, let's do it while we can. So my first question for you is, because since I was actually explaining to everyone that the reason how I actually came about this product was prior to you and I actually crossing paths, how it was that it was through my mom's cancer treatment, and it was her own oncologist that was trying actually to treat her in a more, I would say, holistic way in the beginning. And it's actually, worked out for her thus far, in the sense, because she was diagnosed, I would say, about 5 years ago, and she's still here, and it's pretty advanced. So I'm not saying that she's cured. However, I'm saying that her life, expectancy has been stretched out. So for me, that's a win in this case scenario. So I came about the turmeric, honey, and black pepper, and I was just telling everyone how not only can you utilize it as a spoonful and then take it in that way, or put it in a tea. There's so many different ways you can put it in a smoothie, whichever way. But I wanted you to explain, all the benefits, that not only does it help with, as a natural antibiotic or sinuses, but what are the other benefits that the turmeric, honey, and black pepper also have?
Well, this is actually one of my favorite herbal combinations, mostly just because, you know, honey is used not only as an antibiotic, it also has antifungal properties, It also has natural preservative properties. So honey, not too many people know this, but it's actually one of the few foods that never goes bad, right? So like it actually preserves whatever it contains. Excellent. You know, they've actually like dug up Egyptian tombs, and they still had jars of honey where, like, you know,
Act.
the honey was still good. You know, lots of medicinal benefits. You know, for people who suffer from a lot of seasonal allergies. You know, upper sinus infections, sinusitis. You know, pollen. You know, think about where the honey is coming from. It's coming from pollen. You know, and of course, pollen is one of the natural things that trigger seasonal allergies. You know, so when there's more pollen in the air at certain times of the year, you know, those types of things happen. The beauty to adding the turmeric is that turmeric, acting as a natural anti-inflammatory agent, helps to reduce the overproduction of the allergy, you know, stimulants, histamine, for example, right? So it actually decreases the inflammation, which reduces uh, sensitivity in the sinus cavity,
Oh yeah, that's
reduces
something I.
irritation. Yeah, you know, and then of course, like it helps to improve circulation. It's also naturally an antiviral. So if there are any seasonal allergies that, you know, may have spores, you know, spores flying around the air, and of course, you know, with in this new age of quote unquote COVID, you know, if a certain virus does get onto a pollen, you know, and that then gets into the sinuses, now a person is considering that they have like possible virus infections along with it, you know. But the good news is that sneezing is not an indicator for COVID, you know. So
Thank
when
God,
we hear
because
people,
otherwise I would have been locked up. People would have
yeah,
taken me off the street right away. You know, they're
yeah,
pretty aggressive, the sneeze
yeah,
attacks.
yeah. And so like definitely like taking the as you mentioned, you know, taking it like as a either as a teaspoon, you know, straight out of the jar, you know, fat ass club. I'm a member, you know, like I do it that way too. But you know, taking it either as a spoonful or adding it to hot water, you know, squeeze a little bit of lime into it, lemon, you know,
Or
maybe even
sometimes out of convenience too, guys. If you guys are people who are extremely busy people, just know that it's honey and it tastes absolutely delicious because it only tastes like honey, so you don't have to worry about because it says black pepper. Don't let that deter you from the taste because you don't taste it
yes.
at all.
Absolutely. We also have a money back guarantee. So if you think that there's too much pepper in it, you know, because every palate is different, of course. If you're not getting the therapeutic benefits from it, and you know, I can understand that. But like as far as taste goes, I haven't had anybody say anything bad about the flavor. But nonetheless, we give you your money back too, anyway. You know, but I pretty much stand behind that product and say that you're not going to be taking that back. Once you have your first teaspoon, you're going to be like, okay, I could do this, you know?
Absolutely, especially once you know that it's so good for you, and it literally is just three key ingredients that are just all extremely potent. They complement themselves very very well, and
Right.
they're just really really good for you. So if just having a teaspoon a day or twice a day is what's, you know, this is actually way better than a lot of other treatments that you could be going under when it comes to that. So I'm
Right.
really, really happy. Thank you so much for answering that. Is there any other benefits that you would say? I can say the benefits of intaking
Yes.
honey internally, beauty wise. Usually women, especially Egyptian queens back in the day, not only would they take milk baths, but they would also have honey masks. So
Yes.
not only do we normally use honey as a natural also anti-inflammatory and like you said antifungal because we use actually honey to treat acne scars and to treat cystic acne and it helps soothe that quite a bit. But imagine if you're intaking it and now your cells are also having some of that in their system, so this
Yes.
definitely helps. And the
It's,
next product that I want to, yeah, go ahead.
I was also going to say that like some of the additional side benefits are that like it helps out with reducing muscle tension, joint pain, you know, digestive disorders, constipation, diarrhea. It could even help out with, you know, a woman's monthly cycle, cramps, and some other things along that nature. You know, so lots of additional benefits. You know, people are still telling me more and more benefits that they get just from the consumption of the honey alone. So
And question for a person, what do you normally think if you're intaking this, let's say twice a day, a teaspoonful, what do you say this yields?
so a teaspoon, it says it right there on the front. What does it say at the bottom? 1 teaspoon equals, I think it's 300
300
milligrams.
milligrams, yeah.
Yes. So 300 milligrams of curcuminoids per teaspoon,
That's amazing.
so you're going to get a lot of medicinal benefits out of that, and just a nice tasty beverage at the same time, you
Nice.
know
Yes, I love it, and I'm actually gonna make some tea after this live because I really enjoy doing it twice a day. I like starting my morning with it, and I actually like to end my day as well because tea by itself as well is also really good digestive for me. So instead
Mhm.
of, and the turmeric even better, so good for your stomach. So this is really good, guys. I definitely recommend it. Then the
Yes.
next product that I am so intrigued by because I felt like I didn't get enough information on it when we saw each other on Saturday. Colloidal silver. This really has, I was mentioned it earlier, it really stopped like one of my sneeze attacks, like right before it was gonna get bad. I stopped it right in its tracks. And aside from the fact that I do know that elderberry is amazing, people say that, it's really good. But what else can you tell me about the colloidal silver? And on top of it being a throat spray, I know that you mentioned that you can also use this as an atomizer.
Right.
Um, and it also actually helps with your skin. So there's so many different uses for this as well.
Right. So like, starting from, the end to the beginning. The for the skin, the colloidal silver is actually made of distilled water, right? So Mother Nature makes distilled water. So a lot of people are like skeptical about the consumption of distilled water, but it helps to actually regulate or change the body's pH balance. Right. So like if you're too acidic or if you're too alkaline, it actually helps to put you right at neutral, because that's actually what it is. And because it's a neutral water, there's nothing that can actually live inside of distilled water. So, like, meaning, um, viruses, parasites, bacteria, and many other types of microbials that may be, on the skin, in the mouth, and other places. So, one of the things that I enjoy about that product as an atomizer is that, not only is it, helping to cleanse the air in a sense, the silver inside of it acts as an antimicrobial benefit as well. So, like, in order to make colloidal silver, you take silver, pure refined silver, and you electrocute, or you basically infuse the particles into the distilled water through electrolysis. All right.
Wow.
So, like the same way that like they do gold and silver plating, like it's basically what we're doing to the water. Like we're just like kind of plating some of the molecules inside of the H2O, the hydrogen with two oxygen molecules, and then adding some silver, which makes it even stronger, or more resistant and resilient against viruses. All right. The elderberry is actually like probably the most effective or powerful ingredient in that throat spray, because elderberry is a powerful antifungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral as well. Many people don't know that the original formula for Listerine was actually based and made with elderberry. All
Wow, I
right.
didn't know that. That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Now, like people have to be careful about taking elderberry in such high doses, because elderberry can actually negatively affect the thyroid gland. And of course, like the thyroid gland for women and for men, it regulates it regulates our breathing, it regulates our heart, it regulates digestion, it regulates reproductive function. So, by putting it into the combination that we have, the elderberry, again, also a natural anti-inflammatory, is going to stop histamine release and inflammatory response. So that's going to help stop a sneezing seizure, as you were talking about.
Yeah,
you
which
know
I'm about to get. So I'm actually gonna spray some now because I can feel
yes.
the sinuses coming. So we can actually maybe see this product in action. But while I'm doing this, you could continue explaining it because otherwise,
but you know, like not only is it good for like sinus congestion or sinus, like you know, like sinus histamine allergy attacks. It's really good for the ears, the nose, and the throat. So you can use it for the
Oh,
ear.
that's amazing to know.
You can definitely use it for the ear for like, you know, for ear infections, possible ear infections. You can use it again for the sinuses, for sinusitis or sinus infections. And you, of course, you can spray it into the mouth to help disinfect and also cleanse the mouth of bacteria, of viruses. Also helps to reduce inflammation in the tonsils, you know.
And I
So,
feel it actually. I definitely feel it. It's something almost instantaneous, and that is something that I can definitely say the difference between natural ingredients and Mother Nature's finest, you know,
right, right,
versus you taking an Advil or versus you taking when you're taking something that's foreign and that's not made of nature,
right,
your body doesn't absorb that quickly. Your body needs to break it down in order to then
right,
absorb, to then react. But things
right,
with nature is that you're automatically absorbing because we're all one essentially.
right,
So this is kind of why I always feel like sometimes these are actually a lot more effective because I'm a person that would like to see an instant result, and I'm sure there's a lot of us that feel that way. And I truly
right,
do feel like I was about to have one now, and I just sprayed a little bit and I can automatically feel it opening up, and I can now breathe from my both of my nostrils. So this is truly something that's amazing, guys. If you're someone like me, if you're someone that has struggled with sinuses, or like you said, even for your immune system in the current condition that we're at with this pandemic,
right,
anything that you can do to protect yourself and have your immune system be as high as possible, it's definitely recommended. And this is a good aid if you're already going through something to definitely keep it at bay. So
absolutely. It also, you know, makes a great mass disinfectant too, you know, for like everybody who's wearing like the, you know, continuously wearing the same mask. You know, for the people who smell the odors or like smell like a certain kind of like thing coming out of the coming off their mask, that's bacteria that's drying up but still emitting like odors in the mask, you know, and that could even be coming from sweat. You know, the season in South Florida is also changing, so people definitely consider washing or cleansing your mask as frequently as you use it. All right.
absolutely.
So, you know, that, you know, person starts coughing, even spraying that around is a much better alternative than spraying aerosol cans, which, you know, damage the ozone layer. You know, and also have a lot of like harmful substances that a lot of our bodies really can't take and process, you know, cause
Exactly.
up more sneeze attacks and helping to kill anything, you know. Works so
Exactly.
well it might even kill you, you know. So, you know, we definitely don't want that to be the case, you know.
Absolutely. And my question is there a reason why it also comes in a very like small, maybe concentrated?
Well, you know, I actually have two different sizes. I have it in this size, and I also have it in an 8 ounce container.
Ah, okay.
Um, So the 8 ounce containers, like I also recommend for people who may have dealt with like severe skin conditions, you know, because silver was also used as a topical burn agent, you know, to help reduce irritation to the skin, also to help disinfect the skin. You might find uh, creams that still have silver particles in the cream as moisturizers, you know. Also, they infuse very well into cosmetic products. So, like the you know the length of how frequently a person is going to use a product like that will actually last a person anywhere from like from very small use for like 3 months to
Okay.
very extreme use like 3 weeks at the
So then
very
I'll
most.
be in 3 weeks for the 8 ounce bottle.
Yeah, yeah. Because like if you like, you spraying it like, you're rebuking the that
Yes,
that
it's something
demon.
to mention that when people are around and things like that. For example, now that my 9 to 5 job, I work in an office, everything's
Mhm.
good and dandy. But for example, I would say at least 30% of the office has caught COVID. And this morning, my boss tested positive. So, and I'm in
Wow.
the meeting with her, I'm in the room with her, and I'm exposed to my mom, which we all know now she has cancer.
Right,
So it's like, imagine. So I definitely try to protect myself and have my immune system be as optimal as possible.
Right.
And I thank goodness that, I haven't felt sick at all this entire time that we've been in quarantine, despite the sinuses. You would think that the more sinus, I'd be more propense, but I think
Right.
if anything, I'm just constantly flushing out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, this is actually a really, really great product, guys. And then last but not least, we're gonna go with the CBD, the full
Okay.
spectrum tincture, which I have also been using the past couple of nights, especially after kind of a very long day where I feel like I need to just my body, especially because also
Mhm.
even if you're tense, I feel like even for people like me that work in an office and you're sitting down, maybe your job is not necessarily stressful, but your body's
Yeah.
sitting down in such a stiff position for a long period of time, and if you're not moving around after 40 hours a week, you're gonna feel a little tight. So this
Right.
works so well to kind of relax your body.
Absolutely. I like that really is powerful for the nervous system. And a lot of people are not aware that the endocannabinoid system is actually like tied intricately into the nervous system, mostly just because it helps to stimulate the rest and digest portion of the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic, the housekeeping side. So it actually has a very strong effect on the brain. More than anything else going on in the body, it has a strong effect on the brain because the brain is composed of like 70% fats and 30% water. So it's like you have this large fat blob, like floating around in this water prism, right? And when the body is healthy fat deficient, such as omega 3s, omega 9s, maybe even a couple of omega 6s, not too much, but a little bit. Um, when the body is deficient in some of those essential fats, it starts to respond in other ways, like nerves start to misfire. Certain functions start to slow down in the body as well. And of course, like the way that the body starts to experience the most fatigue is to keep us up at night, because like it's trying to say like, hey, I'm gonna find some way to get these these hormones, these sugars, these fats, these proteins, these carbs, whatever it is that I can into the body to help me sleep. And I'll even take it from the brain is saying I'll even take it from the body. And of course, like that creates a whole other series of issues to then start to develop as well. So what I like about this particular combination, this particular tincture, is that we've taken the entire plant and we've crushed it. We've through CO2 extraction, we've pulled the full spectrum of ingredients from out of that. So the CBD, the CBNs, a small amount of THC, so that way the body is still able to interact with the CBD. Spray it, girl, spray it. You know,
I'm gonna spray it.
and inhale it too
I know,
while
I'm
while
trying to
you
breathe it in.
get that.
Whew.
So and the CBD just it really helps to calm the 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 inflammation on a neural level. So whether that's also going to affect the endocrine system, which are the glands, the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, the different portions of the endocrine system. That is definitely one of the best ways to help balance out the body. When it's nervous system or hormone influence. And CBD has been shown to have a large number of benefits. From not only helping out with improving sleep, but it's also known to help out with severe muscle tension,
Yeah.
Alzheimer's, Parkinson's tremors and shakes. It's also been really, really effective in the world of seizures. All right. Not only that, like it's also helped to reduce the pain sensitivity for burn victims as well. It's excellent for the skin. And I mean, so many other
It's
ways that it
really
can help.
benefits. It's insane, as well as for chemo. side effects. You know what I mean? Like people
Yes,
don't want to eat, or people feel nauseous,
it
or
does things like
even
that.
if you just feel really bad, and you have aches and pains all over your body, this will help all of those.
Yes. Yes, it certainly does, and you're absolutely right. Like it stimulates the appetite. It even stimulates the libido, which is also like closely tied into the serotonin and dopamine secretions in the body, the natural feel good endorphins.
Right,
So
right.
it- it's also a natural pick me up. People use it as an antidepressant as well. It's been
This is
shown
very
to
true. And
be
also for all my peeps out there that sometimes suffer from anxiety. I used to suffer from major anxiety all the time. What's helped me, not only has it been obviously work on my mindset and work on my mind and make sure that all those thoughts that we have, you meditate on it, or whatever way that it is that you release your thoughts, you can do that.
right.
But also, if your anxiety also comes from a physical standpoint where you don't really, obviously it's not your mind, but somehow you
Right.
just feel anxious because your body is just so tense, this will definitely help. I mean, I've been taking, let's see how much I have left. I actually have quite a bit left. I haven't taken that much because you don't need to. um
Right.
Past few nights that I've taken it, I've just taken a full dropper like this, guys. This amount. The instructions say to leave it under your tongue for 60 seconds and then swallow. You can also, if you wanted to put this in your tea, you can. I mean,
Right.
but you can also take it like this. It doesn't really have any sort of taste either. So,
Right.
all these products here don't have a weird smell. None of them have a weird taste to them. There is no aftertaste. I haven't felt any side effects from any of them. If anything, I just felt them actually working, which is why I wanted to do this live, because I definitely wanted Prince
Yes.
to explain, all the amazing benefits that not only are you getting from natural CBD, full spectrum tincture, but all the benefits from the colloidal silver. He went ahead and explained everything, including how the elderberry was actually one of the first key ingredients in Listerine, which is amazing. I definitely learned something new with that. Um,
Yeah.
and then of course my personal favorite, just because this has so many different uses as well. You can intake it in so many different ways, and it's just really delicious. I mean, even if you are having a rough day and you're the kind of person that makes yourself a cup of tea, just make a cup of tea with this, and double whammy, you're doing self-care inside and out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the beauty to this to the full spectrum CBD I wanted to also mention is that it goes very well with the turmeric honey. So you can make
That's
a
that's
golden
like
milk kind of a tea, and then basically heat up some almond milk, take a teaspoon of the turmeric honey, stir that in there, and then as it cools down, add a full dropper full of the CBD. Stir that up
oh,
real well.
I was telling people about how they can make golden milk with this.
Yes,
So coconut
absolutely.
or almond milk, it would be absolutely
Right.
delicious. You'll sleep like a baby, even if you don't. If you're the kind of person that feels like you don't need the CBD, but you just want to still have a restful sleep, this will
Yeah.
definitely help. And while you're sleeping, the turmeric and black pepper and honey will do all the work. So
Yes. Also a great way to help fight like those allergies and that inflammation in your sleep. You could be taking your medicine and
I don't know if
tasting
you can
good.
see behind, but you see, I even have a humidifier back there
Yes.
because I'm literally trying everything I can when it comes to trying to open up these sinuses. So, guys, if you feel the same way that I do, if you guys have any of the same symptoms, if you guys even don't even have the same symptoms, but you are looking to kickstart a healthier, um, lifestyle, and you want to do it the natural way, and you don't necessarily want to jack yourself up with antibiotics, if you don't necessarily want to change and spend a whole lot of money on outside third party, bad medicine for you, just go ahead and go the natural route, kickstart your wellness, and definitely go check out Prince at the Coconut Grove Farmers Market on Saturdays. You can let them know where else you're gonna be, because I know that you do different ones throughout the month. So definitely let us know where the other ones are. To me, the closest one is Coconut Grove, because I know that you sometimes do Hollywood or go a little bit north.
Yeah, I'm in Wellington on Friday
Oh,
at
that's
the Twilight Green Market. On Saturdays, I'm at the Coconut Grove Farmers Market. On Sundays, I'm at the Coconut Village Collective Market. Both Saturday and Sunday are on Grand Avenue in Coconut Grove. And I am now also, a few of my products are at the Farmers Market Square in on Bird Road, right
Nice.
off the turnpike. So for anyone that's close to that area, if you're looking for any of these products, you can definitely find us there as well. You can definitely feel free to slide into the DM and make your personal uh, orders, or like if you want to do a consultation, I'm actually waiving my consultation fee for serious customers, and only serious customers. Otherwise, like I'm charging you my normal service rate. And if for those people who are also like heavy used on Facebook, I also have my Facebook store and shop kind of up and running. It hasn't switched over yet to Instagram. I'm still waiting for the verification. So bear with me. The Instagram shop is coming soon.
Nice.
But you can definitely shop on Facebook for people that are on Facebook. And of course, I put the link to my website in the live
Oh
chat.
yes, there is. Make
But
sure that you do that. Make sure you guys check it out.
yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you one final question. Did you try out that onion suggestion that I gave
You know
you?
what? I've been thinking about it. I never tried the onion suggestion, so I've been meaning to go get myself a Vidalia onion. So guys, another amazing way also to purify the air around you is if you take a Vidalia onion, and I'll let you continue.
So you take a Vidalia onion, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a blooming onion like they do at the Outback Steakhouse, but you're not gonna fry it. You're just gonna slice it into a flour until like it blooms, and then you're gonna stuff it into an open glass jar, much like this. And at night, you're gonna set this close to your bed, and over the next couple of days it's going to absorb all the bacteria that may be in your air conditioner, in your air, some that may also be getting into your sinuses, that could be contributing to sinus congestion or clogged nasal cavities. So that's definitely a way to help open up the sinus passages very easily. Garlic can also be consumed like very in small portion to also help stimulate a very strong opening of the sinus pathways as well. So definitely plenty of natural ways to do that. You could even use some of that same turmeric honey to caramelize some garlic or honey, and then take a spoonful of
Oh my god,
that.
it sounds delicious. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna do that. You just said that to me, and I just immediately thought I'm gonna roast some garlic with some turmeric honey, and I'm just gonna
Hmm.
eat it like that. That sounds delicious.
Definitely, and watch the magic happen. You know what I
Oh, I
mean?
will. I will. I'm so excited. And
Mhm.
I love the fact that these are all natural. I am the kind of person that definitely strays away from modern medicine in that sense. I hate taking antibiotics. I hate taking even ibuprofen and things like that. So the fact that I have turmeric in my life now, it's been such a game changer. I can't wait to try the rest of the products. So I'll definitely be hitting you up soon for the celery and the beetroot powder because I'm super excited. I've heard so many good things about celery, so we'll have to do a live about that, about the
Oh
celery
yes.
juice and all the celery benefits. But thank you so much. It's always an honor to have you. I always leave with like a wealth of information, and I can't wait to share the rest with our followers.
Absolutely, always happy to do this. And I need to stop by your store so that way I could get some shampoo and conditioner
Oh
for my
yes,
lawn.
you have to
All
let me know. I got you. I
right?
got you. This Virginic oil, that's all you'll need. Trust me.
Give thanks. Give thanks. So I appreciate you inviting me on again, and I'm looking forward to the next time we do this. All right. Thank
Yes,
you
of
very
course. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of the week.
likewise. Peace and love, everyone.
Peace and love, guys. Bye.